Welcome back, everyone. I'm here today to talk about getting referrals in slow build industries. Now, before I get into that, I think I'm going to add a new spin to this channel because, as you may know, I've gotten into a lot of philosophy and ethics and things like that, but I don't want to miss out on the business. So I think I'm going to have a segment instead of an entire channel called Business and Bourbon. So I'll be sipping on my wonderful little bourbon while I'm explaining this. And for the record, it's Basil Hayden, delicious stuff. So maybe they'll pay me for saying that. Okay, so talking about getting referrals in a slow build generation industry. What I mean by slow build industry is something like health insurance, real estate, funeral homes, something that you can serve a customer and you can do a wonderful job, but not every customer is going to have a list of people that they can refer saying, hey, these 10 people could also buy your product, right? You're also probably not going to have like a coffee shop is the easiest place to get referrals because you just ask them to bring their friends with you, or people bring their friend to a bar, or they suggest a makeup product for their friend. These don't really work that way. These kind of industries are difficult because the only time that they're applicable is when a life event happens, when someone's looking to buy a house, when someone has a family member who dies. And that's not it's not something you can monitor or track, and you can't take advantage of that time. So what you have to do is you have to put yourself in your customer's mind so that when they come across these instances where someone in their network has a need for your service, that they think of you, right? That's the way you get this. And of course, that's still the long game of getting referrals. You're not going to get 10 referrals within 2 months, but over the course of that person's life, they think of you first, and that's the goal. So, how do you do this? How do you get referrals? Normally when we think of referrals, we want to do something like a sweepstakes or give 3 referrals and you get this reward, or I'll buy you tickets to someone, or there's all kinds of gags out there. I want to skip all of those and specifically get into how to do it in these difficult industries. And the trick to it has everything to do with your brand. Now, what do I mean by your brand? Your brand is the value added activity that you sell to people, right? So I'm going to use real estate as an example here because it's a good one. If you're selling a house to someone, if you're being that broker, and for the record, I know nothing about the actual real estate agent or the real estate industry. I'm not a real estate agent, so in terms of the laws or experience, things like that, that's not what I know. But these kind of tricks or of the trade or whatever are true across all industries that have this issue. So I'm not a real estate specialist, and these are not techniques specific or regulated to the real estate industry. This is for anything that you have this kind of issue about slow referral basis. Okay, so if you have a customer for real estate, you sell them a house, maybe it takes 2 months to do that whole process, start to finish, and then you ask them to give you a referral. Well, there's a couple things that they could think of when they think of referrals. They'll think of, oh, who in my life right now has a need to buy a house and I can refer you. And hey, if that happens, awesome. But most of the time, that's not going to happen, right? That's probably the low-hanging fruit or the rare golden egg. You could also do the thing of, hey, give me some names of people you think might in the future, and I'll keep tabs with them. Or, like I said earlier, you want to be able to have your company or your business be top of mind when they run into these situations. So how do you do that? Is by marketing everything that you do based on the value-added activity. So value-added activity can be defined as the reason they choose you over anything else. In real estate, you don't have to have an agent. I can go on Craigslist, somebody's selling a house, I can do the owner to owner, or whatever it's called. I can buy directly from the owner, and I'll still go to, I don't even know, I guess the DMV, or I'll go to the government, file the change of property, do the sale of address, and I can buy the house. No reason for a real estate agent. So why do I go to you as a real estate agent, right? The fact that I don't know the laws, as I just demonstrated, I don't know the laws about buying property or maybe something over that certain cash value or whatever it is. I'm not a specialist in legalese, so if I'm writing a contract, I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I don't have the time to look at a whole bunch of houses, even if it's just Craigslist. I don't have time to go around to them. Maybe I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't work in construction, so I don't know how to tell if the foundation of a home is good. I have no idea if the property value is going to go up or down or any of that. So there's a million things that I just don't know when I'm buying real estate. So those are the things that you're selling. you're not selling a house to me. You're not selling a service to me because that's free online. What you're selling is that convenience, that value that I can't get myself. I can't go online. I mean, I may be able to look up something like the crime rates for an area, but there's no way that I'm going to be able to calculate if a property is going to go up or down over the next 10 years if I buy a home. That's why I'm coming to you, right? So whatever your industry is, maybe it's just a personal touch, right? Like if you work in health insurance industry, people change their health insurance at most once a year, ideally. So maybe they're looking at someone to understand the laws about insurance, or maybe they're just looking for the verification that if something's wrong, it's not their fault, right? So health insurance, I remember something about you will get taxed if you have the wrong insurance or something like that. I don't understand insurance. I don't understand the tax system, so I'm coming to you as a sales insurance agent to make sure that I'm covered with those needs, right? So focus on those added value activities. And make your brand. Notice I'm saying brand, not your logo. Brand is the entire concept of your company to the customer. The way I view your company is your brand. Your logo is what your name looks like. So make everything about your brand. Focus on those value-added activities. So, for example, back to the real estate. My main question, if I'm going to buy a home, is am I going to get my value back? Right. So the increase in property value over time. A lot of that goes into the structure of the home. Is this going to be a money pit where I buy it and then have to fix a whole bunch of things? I don't know, like things like maintenance, like I don't know anything about the HVAC system, so let me know if there's something going to be more or less important, right? That's what I'm looking for. So when I'm looking you up, I'm going to be looking for a company that shows those things as their priority. I'm not looking for luxury. I'm not looking for honestly, even in-person tours. I'm not looking for all the connecting network things. Those may be important to other people, but not to me. So I'm going to look for you for your brand. Now, why is that important? To know why I'm coming to you. If you know why I'm coming to you specifically, then you can reinforce that. Because I may not consciously realize it. I'm going to be looking over all these real estate agencies, and I'm going to choose the one that I gravitate to, that I resonate with. And I may not be able to say, oh, I like this one because they have this activity. I may, or I may not. But if you can identify that for me, and you can market that, and you can have on all your paraphernalia or whatever, right, all your tchotchkes or your swag or whatever word they're using these days, if you can have that concept portrayed to your customers and then reinforce that concept, then first of all, I'm going to choose you first, and then I'm going to be happier with my service from you because you focused on the things that I want. But then when I have someone who wants to buy a house, I'm going to be like, man, if you're buying a house, you got to worry about these things. Did you think of this? Did you consider, what the property value is in 10 years? Did you consider what the foundation is going to be like? Like, have you thought of this? Let me hook you up with a guy who'll take care of you. And that's what you want. You don't want me to just have some names popping up at time of purchase. That's not going to do you anything. What you want is having me think of you when a friend or family member is buying a house. That's your goal. And every single thing you can do to maximize that is how you're going to get quality referrals who might actually buy from you in industries that it's difficult because their longevity of relevance. So hopefully that helps today. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I will answer them as much as possible. And hope you have a good day. Cheers.